doctor for just a regular annual checkup, and the doctor felt my neck and felt a lump, and they had me take a CT scan and did that, and then the doctor told me that I had a big mass in my throat and sent me to see specialists over in another state. So I did that and had surgery, and they took the mass out, and it was about the size. The surgeon said it was between a softball and baseball size mass out of my throat, and that it was a very rare form of cancer called purple cell carcinoma, thyroid cancer.
Of course, he's handsome.
He's handsome. Do you want to have kids?
Yeah.
How many kids?
Pick one.
One kid. Boy or girl?
Boy.
Okay. You gonna name him after Isaac, a junior?
Yeah.
Whoa, Bobby. Let's take this slow now.
Anything else you want to say, man?
Yeah, what kill you don't makes you.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
Exactly.
Here with Donna Mae and Isaac. Isaac's from the Dakotas. Bobby's a little bit lit up. I done fell over in a patch of roses over there, and Isaac helped me out of this situation. That's the way it goes. So I'll find my way back home. He's got to get home on a scooter with this crazy traffic. Thank God it's a weekday at about, what time is it now? Who's got the time?
It's gonna be 8.
It's about 8 p.m. at night, so it's all good. And Isaac was talking about swimming. Show him what's going on over there at the beach. That's nice. I would do it.
Yeah, you can put in a clip in a little later. I'll go swimming. You can show me swimming.
Absolutely. They got the rope. I wouldn't think there was no sea urchins. There's no reef or nothing right there. It's sand. They fixed the bottom.
Excuse me.
So it's all good. All right, they got the music off. Thank God. All right.
So what happens
Next.
if you step on a
Give him
sea
the bottle next.
It just hurts.
You stepped on a sea urchin before?
No, I was just asking her like what would happen if that would happen.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna pee in my boxer.
Wow. You're gonna have a wet. You're gonna squirt.
I might think twice about swimming then.
All
You
right.
need to pee your feet maybe?
Yeah. Then it,
Okay.
so Isaac, how old are you? Isaac.
I'm 43.
And is it your first trip to the Philippines?
This is my second trip to the Philippines.
What made you come to the Philippines on the first trip?
The first trip was this.
So Isaac, you came to the Philippines to meet your fiance for the second time?
Yes, the first time I come just for 2 weeks. This stretch I'm here for a month.
Okay.
And
Where'd
we did a
you-
little island hopping. We went to Bohol. Now we're spending some time in Cebu, and then back to Mindanao, to the Davao region, where she's from. Spend some time there, and then back to Davao, and then all ship back to USA. I think for me, I feel more safe actually here in the Philippines than I do in the United States in a larger city.
Absolutely. What you just said, I feel the same way. You're more likely to be shot or mugged in the United States than in the Philippines. Even I had a rough night drinking. I'm going home tonight. I don't really think anybody's going to take my electric wheelchair and they can sell it. You know, it's a $2,500 wheelchair. They're going to know they were in a fight and take my wheelchair and leave me laying on my ass on the street. So, I don't know. I would say the Philippines is pretty safe compared to what's going on in the United States. So what's the future plans? What are you planning on doing?
Future plans, coming back here as much as I can, possibly. Not full time. I do have commitments in the States.
What kind of commitment?
Work commitments. I am financially well off for my age, but I still have a few years left to build up some equity, and I'm going to just kind of take it step by step and transition myself to this area.
Planning for the future. Planning for a future with a good wife and better morals and values than the United States entails, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. Do you think your mom and dad had a better relationship than people in the 80s and 90s? What changed in the 80s and 90s? What's different nowadays from the 80s and 90s?
I think the whole culture of the United States, especially with the influx of all the internet stuff, it's just become, I mean, it's the whole getting caught up in the whole matrix of it.
It's like a circus.
It is a circus.
It's a freaking circus.
I just, it's just tough to explain. I mean, it really is. You really just have to come here and experience the Philippines to really grasp it all. But once you do it, for me, it really opened my eyes to a whole different way of life.
You feel more relaxed here than you do in the United States?
Yeah, they call the U.S. the land of the free, but really, here, I feel it's the land of the free.
Yeah. Wow. What Isaac just said, I feel the same way. You're not free in the United States. It's a police state in the U.S., and I'm sorry to say that, and I might get persecuted for that, or people are going to grill me, or I might have problems because I just said that. It is a police state. A lot of places, Seattle is not a police state, and look what happened. The people went nuts over there. I'm from New Jersey, New York. I don't mind a police state, but there's a lot of things going on. I just don't understand it. And it's not the way I grew up. Even my father is from the Vietnam era. He can't explain it either. There's a lot of weird shit going on. So your fiance there, what does she have to say about this whole thing? And Bobby had a couple drinks tonight. Is it the best thing that ever happened that Isaac's here? What's the plans for the future? Do you want to have a kid? Do you want to build a house here? Do you want to go back to the United States? We'll start from number one. What's the plan? What is your plan? What is your plan? It's not only about the man. What is your plan? What is your plan? Just don't be shy. Talk. Don't be shy. You don't need permission to talk.
Like what he said, like what he promised to me next year when he come back here. Right here.
Okay.
He's planning to get married with me.
That's good. So he's coming back next year to get married to you.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. And how long have you known each other?
15 months.
15 months, that's good. That's not like a overnight wedding. And what attracted you to Isaac? Like, what is his good point? What attracts you to Isaac? Besides he's handsome.
First, he's family oriented.
His family what?
He's family oriented and then independent.
Okay. And?
Of course, he's handsome.
He's handsome, he's tall. He's about, how tall are you, bro?
I'm 6'1".
6'1", about 235 pounds or 240?
I usually weigh about 200, but I've gained about 15 pounds on her cooking and
There you go.
and all the bakery goods every morning here.
Can I talk about the health scare that you had?
Yeah, go ahead.
Really? Okay. Isaac had a health scare, and I'm going to let him explain it to you. This kind of, me being in a wheelchair is one thing, but there's other things that can happen. Everybody's like, oh, I don't know how you went there in a wheelchair. You're riding around, you're doing this and doing that. But there's a lot of other things besides paraplegia or quadriplegia, whatever it is. Go ahead and tell your story. What happened?
Well, doctor for just a regular annual checkup, and the doctor felt my neck and felt a lump, and they had me take a CT scan and did that, and then the doctor told me that I had a big mass in my throat and sent me to see specialists over in another state. So I did that and had surgery, and they took the mass out, and it was about the size. The surgeon said it was between a softball and baseball size mass out of my throat, and that it was a very rare form of cancer called purple cell carcinoma, thyroid cancer. Now, luckily, the cancer was all encapsulated in one mass, not invasive into my throat. So they were able to cut the whole mass out of my throat and save half of my thyroid. And luckily, through the checkups and all my blood work, the specialists told me that I was very lucky and that they think they got all the cancer, and that just kind of move forward with my life.
Like a miracle from God, Isaac is here where I fell from the 6th floor, broke my back, broke a bunch of bones. How did you come up with the willpower and just all of a sudden decide? Did it make you like it when you get injured or something in your life changes? You got, like I always say, I have one foot in the graveyard and one foot out. Did it make you change your mind about life, like how you think? Like, is life short? All of a sudden, everything just changed for the way you think.
Yes, it just kind of put life into perspective. Life for me now isn't about things, about property, about what you own. It's about the experiences you have in life, and about family and friends and things like that. And that life is short. And for me now, moving forward with my life, I want to do what I can to make my life happy, and just not take for granted everything that life brings you. Because I found out, it could have went the other way for me. It could have went south real quick. The doctors could have said, "Hey, you got a year. You got a couple years left."
You could have spread to your lymph nodes, and
I could have been done. Yeah. So I just feel like it's a really just a
second chance on
second
life.
chance.
You got dealt a good hand of cards, and good thing the mass wasn't like spread throughout your body. You look healthy to me. Your attitude, you're positive. You're doing the right thing. So people say, how could you be in a wheelchair? You broke your back. You fell off the 6th floor of the building. You were in a nursing home for 3-4 years, whatever it was, and you meet this girl and you go halfway around the world. God only gives you a certain amount of days to.
But you didn't. You
could have promised nothing.
You could have gave up, and you could have just
folded up.
But you didn't, and now you're making the best out of your life and your situation, and that's what I'm trying to do too with my life.
Yeah. Talk about a success story, and when Isaac told me that, kind of blew me out of my boots. I was like, wow. You think you're the only one that went through something. There's people all around you, all walks of life, races, colors, creed. It doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. That's willpower and being close to God for you to just up and move to another place, or just value your time and take advantage of a little bit of time you have on this earth.
Yeah,
You know?
very important.
Yeah, it is.
And it's very easy to lose track of all that. And unfortunately, it took something like that. Hey, I need to change course in my life. And that's what I'm doing now.
Well, that's absolutely, I'll say absolutely gorgeous what he just told me. Bobby had a little bit to drink tonight, but to hear that from another human being, that he just, it took me to fall off a building and break my back to realize that I was wasting my life and time was short. God only gives you so many days on this earth, and it's a gift. When they talk about life, life is a gift, and you can't squander that shit, because it's every day you wake up, it's another day above ground. And I'm glad Isaac realized that, and I sure did realize it when I was in a nursing home and I met my wife here, Isla, and my sister-in-law, Nix, Ramy, and everything. Just came here. I said, I can't lay here. And I'm not a religious person, but I think Isaac got it. I think he really got it. And anything else you want to say, man?
Yeah, what kill you don't makes you.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things. Like me tonight, drinking too much. I still do. This is what gets me. Bobby D still goes out there and drinks and smokes cigarettes and falls over in the ditch.
Hey, you gotta live it up.
And then Isaac picked me up and got me back on the trail there. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm hard-headed. I know God's got some words for me, and it's not going to be comfortable when I'm standing there naked in the judgment room. The throne room is what they call it. And I'm not going to be able to answer back, because there is no answering back. So he's making the best of it. Let's hear from the fiance. What do you hope for the future? What do you hope from the future? What do you hope from the future?
She's shy.
Just your dreams. It doesn't matter. We're all shy. What do you hope for the future? What do you want to happen? Just keep the microphone in front of you. What do you want to happen?
I want to have more strongest relationship with him.
Stronger relationship.
Yeah.
Do you want to have kids?
Yeah.
How many kids? Just say it. Don't worry about what he's gonna say. Just tell me how many kids you want. 3, 2, 1. How many
I think
kids?
one
kid. Boy or girl?
boy.
Okay. You gonna name him after Isaac, a junior?
Yeah.
Whoa, Bobby. Let's take this slow now.
You got your hands full. Still got to get back to the United States. And when do you see yourself living here full time?
I'm just taking things step by step. I realize that I can't just get up and move my life here. I have to take things in steps. But I'm just working towards that goal.
Ultimate goal.
Yeah. So I do have responsibilities back in the States, but I am working my way to being here. Hopefully, full time eventually.
How many years do you think it'll take for you to get back here full time?
Full time.
I gotta answer that. I never in a million years would have thought I would have been in the Philippines. There's no way possible that I would have been here. There's no way possible. I fell and broke my back, and I'm in a nursing home for 3.5, 4 years. And how did I wind up in the Philippines? There's no way I wound up here. It doesn't even make sense to me. So what you think is going to happen like you could be here next year, you could be here 2 years from now. You don't know.
Right.
I thought I did.
Yeah.
And I knew I was going to marry a Filipino woman one day. The judge asked me in Hawaii, what's wrong with the Japanese girl? And she spoke up, she raised her hand, she said, Your Honor, he's a player and he'll never marry me, but I'm happy. He asked her, Glenna Miyazono, are you happy? And she said, yeah, I'm happy, he takes good care of me, and he's a good guy. But so we never really know what's coming.
Right.
So you gotta keep the faith.
Yep.
And you don't know what's coming in your life. I don't know what's coming in my life.
That's just it. I think for me, I'm just gonna approach this like I do anything else I really want to happen. I'm just gonna keep chipping away at it, and working at my main goal of making this all happen. And if I do that, then I know eventually all the chips will just fall in order.
Exactly, brother. I wish you the best of luck. And the thing is, Isaac has to. Where are you going tomorrow?
We are flying back to the Davao region.
Isn't that where Boom Boom Marcos? No, not Duterte. Marcos. Boom Boom Marcos, the president of the Philippines, is from.
That's a good question for her. I mean, I know some of that, but she knows.
So Duterte's from there.
Vice President, Rodrigo Duterte, who lives in Davao.
Was he the governor or the mayor before he became the president? Yep, on mayor or...
Yeah, he was mayor before,
mayor?
Government, I think.
Okay.
And then he's become a president. And now his daughter is vice president in this Philippines.
Of the Philippines, right?
And she lives in Davao. We actually seen her when we were at the mall.
SM Mall.
At the SM Mall. She come walking by with a bunch of her security.
Their security detail. Do they have rules where you can't smoke in public, you're not supposed to chew gum?
Yeah, very strict in that city.
Curse words, you're not supposed to curse in public. I don't know if they enforce that.
Well, you go to the wrong areas of town there and try to do anything like that. The police will mess with you on that. But smoking, very strict.
Really? Smoking cigarettes?
Yeah. Security is everywhere there. The city is very clean.
Military security or police security?
Both.
Really?
Yeah. There is a lot of military checkpoints there.
Do they search vehicles there? I don't want to give...
They do coming into Davao. Going out, they don't.
Okay. Wow. So they want to see what's coming into that.
Yeah. So everything is very regulated there. It's a nice city, but I also think Cebu is right there with it.
Yeah, I love Cebu.
But definitely for people that have not been to Mindanao and Davao, it's definitely...
Or nothing. Man.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, a lot of foreigners they go by what they hear on the internet. And one of my good friends in the United States, he said, my mother will hang myself if you travel with Bobby D to the Philippines. I said, how many Filipino people do you know? He's like, none. I said, do you know where the Philippines is on the map? He said, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I said, you know nothing about the Philippines, but you're judging people. You can't judge.
Yeah.
It's like you're pulling shit out of your ass.
Yeah.
You can't. Unless you actually been here.
That's exactly it.
Seen it. Same thing with like Colombia, other countries. They label it as a danger zone, and you're gonna have a problem. You need to go there.
Yeah.
What it's about.
And that's like as far as some of my family and friends trying to explain that
They
traveling
don't
to South.
understand.
They don't understand it all.
At all.
They say, well, why don't you just take a trip to Florida? Well, that's not. But they don't understand. That's what they know is.
Yeah. It's like they got the blinders
They're in their
on.
own little bubble, and that's it.
They're
And
focused.
hey, I was there at one point in my life too. Until I decided one day, hey, I'm going to get out of this bubble.
Opened up your
I
mind.
got my passport, and that's one of the best things I ever did in my life. was to just, put that step forward and get that passport.
Exactly. See what it's like on the other side of the globe. See how other people live. See what it's like to be around other cultures and see how they treat their loved ones and their relatives and foreigners. We're foreigners in a foreign land, but I tell you what, I feel more welcomed here. I'm going to say it loud. I feel more welcome here than I do in the United States. I never had a problem. Like a lot of people tell me, oh, you were with a welfare mom or you can't get laid in the United States. I never had a problem with the coochie or whatever it was. I was always good. Bobby D was always good. It's just that home values, the way your girlfriend or wife or significant other treats you is a lot better. And I guess it's almost like the man is the king of the castle. Maybe you got to bring in the money. I don't know. It's almost like it was in the 1950s in the United States. A lot of things changed.
And in the United States now, we've lost track of all that.
Like what is sex? They're trying to say LGBT. I don't care. I never cared if somebody was gay a long time ago. I never cared about a black person. To me, that wasn't like an issue, but all of a sudden it's coming up that black people's an issue, or what race, what sex, or whatever it was. It's just like, that's what they throw in the media. It's stupid.
It's just a mess.
Yeah, it's not good. My dad's like, it's a mess over here, and I want to agree with him, but I'm like, it's my home team. Home team is going through some things right now, and it'll iron itself out. I think a war's coming. What do you think about a war? This is going to be like, a lot of people are going to, maybe this video will get banned or it'll get demonetized. What do you think about a war with China? Do you think we're getting ready to go at it with China?
I hope not.
Do you think we'll win?
Well, I just hope nothing like that happens, because if it does, we're in for the world hurt. It's going to be with all the nuclear warfare and
I don't think I
everything
told
that they
you
have
this before, but I tell you what, I really think we're close to it. I don't care what anybody says. I think we've been a slave to China, and the white man got like complacent. I want to make not 100% on my money. I want to make 1,000% on my money, and we're just going to send all our business to China. And now we're fucked, because China's been building up their military for a long time. Their cities are cleaner, better, more efficient than ours. And they're ready to go, man. They're building bases off the coast of the Philippines. They're intimidating the people in the Philippines all the time. I think they're ready to go. What do you think?
I know as far as the U.S., they've really sent a lot of money to all these other different countries.
Besides the U.S., they want to devalue the dollar.
Exactly.
They want to trade in something else besides the U.S. dollar was king in Saudi Arabia. When you traded oil with the Saudi kingdom, it was only U.S. dollars. Now they're talking about, we'll take the yuan, or we'll take the Chinese money. Something big's ready to happen, and I pray to God it doesn't, because that'll be my last day on earth. All right, brother. I'm so glad I met Isaac, and I'm sure we're going to be long-term friends. And let's pray to God together as a team that we never go to war with China, because I got a bad feeling that it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be no Vietnam. It's not going to be a Cold War. It's going to be hell on earth. And that's all I got to say. All right, Bobby D out.